right, it looks like I'm live. Hooray! Hope everybody is having a good evening. It's still bright and sunshiny outside here in lovely North Carolina. Took me a minute. Thought I would show off some of my unicorn paper. Here, look at me. My camera's all messed up. I probably slapped it around a little bit on accident today. So we will give it a few minutes and hope that some people will show up. That's what all people having sales hope for. This is our unicorn paper here. It did not rain today. Woohoo! It's actually sunshiny. It's a little bit cloudy every now and then, that partly cloudy stuff. But it's in the mid 70s and it is sunshiny and beautiful outside. Hey Shelly, how you doing? I hope that your Saturday is going well. I even went outside and I did my very first. I've done lots of photos on Instagram, my very first Instagram video. And then I did a second one. I put them both up on Instagram and YouTube. And I even put one of them on Facebooky. So you guys could get a look at some of the stuff for the sale today. So I hope that you guys are having a great start to your weekend, and that you have a great finish to it as well, because it's only Saturday. There's much more weekend to come, and despite being 6 o'clock, there's still lots of today. After my sale, I had a little nap, honestly, for about 45 minutes, just prior to the sale. I had to set an alarm because I'll fall asleep and that'll be all she wrote. I could have snoozed right on through this thing. I wasn't overly tired. It just felt good to lay down and do nothing for a minute. I have paper drying in the basement. I have paper drying over next to me on the bed. I have lots of stuff in progress at the moment. And I even was not writing my sale list up at the last minute like I usually do. I had it done yesterday. Who knew? Preparation. It's a thing. So, let's see. Do you guys have any Saturday evening plans? I myself am going to continue to work on my papers, and then I think I started a movie. What movie did I start? I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess there's a new, like a third Venom movie. So I started watching that on Thursday. And I think I got, maybe 20 or 30 minutes into it. So I'd like to finish that this evening. So I may make myself something to eat and sit down and watch that movie all curled up on my bed. Because I have exciting evening plans. Let's just say it. So we'll give it about till 6:15 and then we'll do this thing. But so we're having these papers here. So I guess we could show them. So we have 3 versions of the unicorn paper. Well, we're waiting for everybody to get their notifications and whatnot. It's such a lovely day here. I wouldn't be surprised if I get messages after the sale because I'm sure some of you are out just enjoying your Saturday, right? So we're getting a look at this is the Sassy Unicorn grid paper. There's going to be 30 sheets of that. And the colors are actually coming out pretty good on the camera right now. It's a little bit brighter than it's looking on here, but that's pretty accurate. This is all kinds of fun patterning. You could consider it kind of an artsy Rorschach test in a way. There are some that are, Thank you. See, look at that one. You can see all kinds of shapes in there. You've got that right there, which I see a little bit of a sea monster, but you might see something different. That looks a little bit like a crown to me. So you've got all these fun, and it's just a product of how the papers were when I started working on the dye process. Look, there's one right there. I saw one yesterday that looked like reminded me of a jazz trumpeter in New Orleans, just like an echo of it. I couldn't tell you which one, and I probably couldn't pick it out now. I probably see something different. So I figured, well, while we're waiting, and that's a nice one too. Love it. Some of them are a little crunchier than others. So we started with the tea base, and then I added in the fun colors. I really enjoyed doing this. This was truly an artsy experiment, and one that I've wanted to do for a long time. So how fun is that? So that's our 30 Sassy Unicorn grid papers. And then we've got just our Sassy Unicorn 24-pound papers. And there is no just about it. Now these will have, like you can see here, we've got there's going to be little tears and little nicks. There'll be a few missing corners in here. Hey, Malia, how's it going? You've never had that luck? It really depends on the brand of the grid paper. I've had pretty good luck with 2 or 3 brands. The really, really super cheap stuff sadly does not keep its lines because it's great grid paper and it's cost effective, but sadly does not keep its grid lines. Yes, and some of the older papers do not. So one side of these is always brighter than the other. That's also just a product of the thing. I have several other. I have like 5 other things I want to try with this process. So you'll be seeing some more of this coming up. We have this and we have yellow today. I have, let me show a sample of the yellow. So we have some yellow goodies today. It is a pale yellow. Just like that. And that is looking almost like tea-dyed paper on here, but I promise you, it is yellow. And it was on the video. I have a little bit of mauve, Jesus, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. Mauve paper. And then, oh, look, some fun. Look at that. These were fun gifty that I got. So you can see some of these are crunchier than others. I'm looking. So let's start. So you're gonna see like these have torn around the edges. A few are missing corners. That is part of the process. That's part of the charm. And Sassy Unicorn Paper is a little feisty. It doesn't follow the rules. It doesn't care if it gets a little damaged in the process. That's part of the charm. Look at those. Look at that nice light with the purple, all the effects you get. And every piece, no 2 pieces are really the same. Even if you smushed them up against each other, they still wouldn't be exactly the same. Look at that. And I thought these would be good for the coming up spring and fall, or really any time. Look at all the little, these are like, sometimes I see a little face in it. Sometimes I see a little bug. Sometimes I see other things. Like I said, I got a one that gave me a feeling of, jazz trumpets in New Orleans. Here we go. Some more. You can tell what was the first color that got, because the purple was the first color that went on. Well, actually it was tea first, but he doesn't dominate the way. And then it was purple, and then we went with the other colors. So there's a fun one. Yeah, lined paper and grid paper can be tricky. Some of the cheaper lined paper that, you know, I love cost effective and I love thrifted stuff. But unfortunately, a lot of the lined paper doesn't keep its lines. But you know what that cheaper paper is great for? Oh, thank you for sharing. I shared on your group earlier. You got a version of my very first video. I promised myself and I promised everybody else on Friday night's live that I was going to get my first video, or it was probably Thursday night's live. So these are the just the Sassy 24-pound paper, and then I have extra Sassy paper, ladies. It's the paper that just would not behave itself. So let's bring that up. What did I do with the other one? Uh-oh. I've lost my Sassy Unicorn grid paper. Man, you gotta wrangle that stuff. What? There's a potato planter? Is there a video I haven't seen? Do I need to go see a video? All right. So, look, this one, even though I clamped it in here, it's still not behaving itself. Look at it. It's misbehaving. Oh, heavens to Betsy. So these ones have slightly bigger tears. Look, you can see here, there's like, so fun, right? So these will have a little bit more damages, and there are a couple that are like, holy. Yes, this paper has, hey, Drea, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. So we're going to look at, this is the Super Sassy, super or extra sassy, as you like, unicorn paper. So here you can see there, and some of the holes are bigger than others. It's part of the process. It's unavoidable. And, you know, these are the paper rebels of the Sassy Unicorn world. Here's one that just really, really didn't behave itself. So we got, and then, you know, here and here. And here's another one. You know, some of them are just a little more sassy than others, but they're all fun and they all want to be turned into new things. The holes add character. Yes, it does. It's my Lulu journals. I wrote on. Well, I will have to go and have a look at that. That's awesome. So we've got a little side tear there, a little tear down here. Right here, and I kept them. I have for a special thing. There's a little pinhole right there. Just, you know, some of them are a little sassier than others. Maybe you need some sassy paper in your life. It's not afraid to live on the edge. It doesn't care if you fold, spindle, or mutilate it. It just wants to be loved and used in journals. This one's got a little bit bigger tear right there. It's winking at you. It's winking. But you can see some of the really the good. You're not afraid of to tear on the edge, right? So there we go. This is another fun. I think it really does add character. I love putting quote unquote. Sometimes people say damages and they mean it like a bad thing. When we say damages in the crafting world, we don't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. But these are so fun. So see, look, if you layered these up, you get like a different, because one has a little bit of the corner missing and one has, you know. And then they're just so fun and colorful. So you can see this side is a little bit brighter. And I did flip them when I was doing all this. You know, they perform tricks and all kinds of stuff. 125-year-old, wow. 5 years older than the house. You've got an old house. Oh, look at that. You could do what I do. I put eyeballs in it. Sometimes when I have holes in my journals, I get eyeballs that I've cut out of magazines and I put them in there. So there we go. And there's that one's got a, so you could if you wanted to. And sometimes what I do, even when they're wet, is I would just finish tearing that right there. And I would just peel it this way, however it goes. And then I would use those two pieces as separate pages in a journal. You don't have to, but oh, look at that one. Squirrel. Looky loo. That one's pretty. You're lucky I didn't see that one. I would have kept that. I kept 3 for myself. There we go. There's a little one right there. So you can see it's sassy, but not too sassy that you can't work with it. Don't leave it near any open windows, though. I make no promises on whether it might try and escape. All right, so that's our 3 kinds of unicorn paper. We're just waiting for, well, right about now, I guess. Is everybody ready to have a little fun with the sale? Now that I've shown these to you guys, they're the last thing in the sale. Got to keep the suspense up, right? But and we'll do it in that order. We're going to do Sassy Unicorn Grid, Sassy Unicorn 24 pound, and then extra sassy I Can't Behave Myself unicorn paper. But first, our first item up for sale today. I'm looking at the names in the chat. It looks like I know everybody in here, but if you're in and you're lurking and you think you might want to buy something, if you could please shoot me an email. And I'm going to put in my email address here. Okay, so there is my email address. Let me double check it. What I need is your name, your YouTube handle, your shipping address with zip code, because I do actual shipping. Hey, Yesenia, how you doing? Welcome in. So name, YouTube handle, email address that I can bill via PayPal. I do PayPal payments, PayPal invoices, and I can take Zelle as well. Your full shipping address with zip code, because I do actual shipping. So when I do the invoice, I include the shipping on the invoice, and that's that. But if you are lurking and you have never bought from me before, please do go ahead and send me one of those. I need it before the sale is over. Otherwise, I can't hold items for you because I won't be able to calculate the shipping and all of that stuff. And I won't have anywhere to send you your invoice or your total to. So I am so happy to see you guys. And I hope that you're having an amazing weekend. This is going to be our first item. We're starting off with popcorn bags, fresh. And these are large ones. They're gusseted. So how fun is that? Look at that. So you could even like undo this bag. And they have like a slightly waxy feel to them. They're coffee dyed, so they have a little bit of that coffee smell. I have 15 of these available. And they're all pretty, you know, there's a few markings, but they're not grungier but they are, you know, and the back looks like that. In case you were wondering, but they're nice. I got a ruler, you guys. The question is, does Amy know where her ruler is? I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I can give you measurements. I can give out measurements. Woo! So to the tip here is about 11 3/4. And this is like 5 and almost 1/4. So to give you an idea of size, if you want to put it in a journal, it's a very nice size because you can fold it in half. How fun is that? So we have 15 of those available, and they're going to be 50 cents a piece, I think. Let me check my, nope, I'm wrong. They're 75 cents a piece. I looked at the price on the next item. I am bananas. So let me get that in and get you a go. So that's popcorn bags, coffee dyed popcorn bags. They're the flat sack kind. And they are 75 cents each. and the go is coming your way. All right. And then I just have to find a safe place to put them until the sale is over. Okay, and then we're going to do these. Okay, while you guys are thinking about that, I'll put the next item up. All right, what do I have for my next item? Okay, what I have are these single sheet book pages in yellow. And these are the ones at the very back. I have the rest of the book pages, but I'm doing these ones first as a separate thing because they're the note pages. So I figured, they're a little bit different than the regular book pages. It says notes at the top on each side. And there are 8 of these. Maybe if I can, there we go. So, and they are, we'll go here, 7 1/4 by 5 1/4-ish. So, yellow dyed. Hey, hey, Creative Play Everyday, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Yellow dyed book, yellow dyed single sheet book page. That is 50 cents each, and the go is coming your way. There it is. So Creative Play is Jen. Nice to meet you, and welcome to the live sale. All right, so while you guys are deciding about that one, I'll get up the next item for you. Okay, so next item is going to be a single sheet, and this was a book of 200 verbs to, conjugating verbs basically. Ah, thank you. So we have uh-oh, I didn't count these. Did I not count these? Oh, here we go. No, yeah. So there are 16 of these available, and they're 50 cents each. So, oh, I put on the cap lock. Nice. Single sheet book pages, verbs, Spanish verbs, 50 cents each. And then the go is coming your way. Whoops. All right. So these are the Blueberry Kisses. This is the coffee dyed paper that's kissed with purple. Let me find you a good one that's going to show, because it barely shows up on camera. It's such a faint purple that's on, it's not a full covering. It's like literally kissed with the color. So this is a redo from one of our previous sales. We're just showing it again. So we have I have 4 packs of the folio pages for so it's a full folio page on these from a dictionary, a collegiate dictionary with the pictures. And these are going to be $2.40 for a 5-pack. So Blueberry Kisses folio book page. And those are 50 cents a sheet. And that is your go. Here we go. So there are 4 of those available for anybody who's interested. All right, so I'm going to show you the yellow paper that we have, and then the order will go so that if, you know, based on your budget, what you might want to have. I have 2 26 packs, and this pack contains 10 sheets of the yellow 24-pound paper, 5 sheets of the grid paper, and 5 sheets of the yellow line notebook paper, along with 5 sheets of the single signature book pages, and 1 of these fun muslin strips. It's a yard, 2 inches by a yard. Ta-da! And those, I dyed those myself. So we'll go ahead and, so we're going to start with the pack, and then we'll have some by the page pieces. Here we go. So the pack is $14.50, and all the individual pages will be 50 cents when we get to those. So let's go ahead and get the packs in here for you guys. So 26 piece yellow dyed paper and ephemera. Bye, Malia. Have a great evening. Thanks for spending some time with a little bit of time with us. It was great to see you, and I can't wait to see you on the back of a potato planter. And the go is coming your guys' way. I'll get this muslin folded back up, nice and neat. And I'll get that put back the way it was after the sale. All right, so next up, we'll do the 5 sheets of the yellow grid paper. They're 50 cents a piece. First come, first serve. So buy the piece yellow grid. And the go is coming your way. So 5 sheets of the soft yellow in the grid for anybody who's interested. And then next up, we'll do the single sheet yellow. Okay. Let me go. If you guys are not interested in the yellow color right now, if you'll say pass on that, I won't put in the other stuff. I won't waste your time or my time on it. But if you're interested in either the lined or the yellow 24-pound, I can go ahead and put those in if you guys want, or you can say pass and we'll move on to the next item. Hey, Janet, how you doing? Long time no see. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Okay, so nobody said pass, so I'll go ahead and put it in. So we've got, okay, pass. Thank you. All right, next item up. we have our pack of Mauve-luous Mauve, and this is a repeat from one of our earlier sales. So you get 20 sheets of the 24-pound Mauve. You get 5 of the index cards and one. This strip is, this was the first color I tried, the muslin-less. So this strip is a little bit smaller than the previous one, but it is 2 inches. Mauve is a retired RIT color dye. So this is a one-off. I unless I get very lucky and I happen to find more Mauve dye, which we looked it up, and they're selling it on Etsy for like $13 and $25 for a pack. So this pack is 26 pieces. It's 20 of the 24-pound pages, 5 of the 5x8 index cards, and 1 of the muslin strips, and that is $16.50. I'll go ahead and put that in for you. That's why I put up the video earlier on Facebook and everything. It's just a very pale yellow, and I had everything in one shot. It was on the Instagram, it was on the Facebook. That's why I do those previews, because unfortunately the lighting in here is not so great. But this is a little bit darker than what it's showing. It's a color kind of between purple and pink. So let me see if I can get it at an angle that maybe will show the color a little truer. Or I can maybe, let's see if I try pulling up on my phone for you guys. Yeah, it's between pink and like a very red purple. Let me put the pack in. And then I'll pull up the picture on YouTube, and it should show better. My keyboard is being a little unhappy today. Okay, so there's that. And then let me see if I can get the picture that I put up on Instagram to show you a little bit better. Okay. Here we go. Just give me a second. Okay. So, and I'm probably going to have, let me go shut the blinds. I'm getting a little bit of window glare. Okay. Here we go. Nope, I don't even think that's coming off very well. Yeah, that shows it a little bit better. I don't know if anybody's in who bought at the last sale. That they might, otherwise they might be able to give you a better description. All right, so we're at our unicorn paper. We'll start with the grid. So I'll do a brief description. If you've never bought from me before, or it's been a very long time, I'm going to put in my email address again. I need you to go ahead and, oops, nope, that's not right. Hold on. I put a, let me take that out and put it in it correctly. There we go. All right. So I would need your real name, your YouTube username, your PayPal email address, and your full shipping address, because I do actual shipping. We try to ship the cheapest way to you that we can. And preferably by the end of sale, if you could, that would be awesome. So we have our Sassy Unicorn Paper grid. We have our Sassy Unicorn 24-pound paper, and then we have our extra Sassy Unicorn paper. So these pages may have minor tears of missing small pieces, missing corner, and stuff like that. These pages will have a little bit more. It might have bigger tears, like for instance, example this. And let me see if I can find one of the. There are some that have a little added character. There are some holes due to the processing in the paper. And our joke here is that, of course, now one's not going to present itself. Here we go, like that. Not all of them are that size, but that gives you a good idea. So there's two in this one right here. So in the Sassy will be have the most character, but they are fun and colorful. Aw, thank you, Shelly. So we'll start with the grid and we'll do a quick flip through, and then I'll put it. Let me go ahead and, yeah, I'm getting there. So this is Sassy Unicorn. It's by the piece, 50 cents a sheet. Sassy Unicorn grid paper for this one. I'm just getting it ready before I do the flip, so that once I'm done showing you the paper, then we can, I can push the button for the go. All right, so this way you get an idea. And the focus is a little weird, and I don't have autofocus on, so you can see it's the base is tea. We've got purple, pink, teal, and blue in here. And they are some very interesting effects. Have a look there. Look, you can see all the fun. It is a little bit brighter than what you're seeing on camera, but I think it's, it's a close enough facsimile. The mauve is really hard to tell what it looks like on camera. That's why we had to do the previews on Instagram and stuff. So, oh, look at that one. There we go. So there are 30 sheets of this available. It's 50 cents a sheet, first come, first serve. So I'm going to push the go on that. And then we'll move on to the 24-pound paper in the Sassy Unicorn color. And while you guys are deciding if you want any of that in your life, I will show the 24-pound paper. All right. That's got a nice bit of purple on it. It is a little bit darker on one side than the other. That's the nature of how it turned out this time. I had a lot of fun making this, you guys. It was so much fun. There's a little tear right there. All right, so while I'm still showing this, I'll go ahead and put in the go. Sassy 24-pound. All right, so that go is in, and I'll continue to flip for a little bit here while you guys decide if you want to have any of that in your special journals and projects. And then we'll just flip through this way. Shelly, you'd like 10? All right. I'll get you down in the book. All right, I got you. Thank you. I think that you'll be very happy when it arrives. It is good for a spring project. And I did test write on it. I can't show you what I wrote because I misplaced the paper. Writing does show up pretty good on, well, not pretty good. I wouldn't go with a blue pen. I think black pen would work best because blue is one of the colors in here. But outside of that, I think it's just, look at that one. How fun is that? You can pick out all kinds of shapes. I see maybe a fox with big ears or a bat. That almost looks like a face right there. So they're fun to, thank you. All right, and then we'll get to our last one, our super sassy, our extra sassy unicorn paper. I'll go ahead and put it in and then I'll flip. Okay, so there's that. Some of you got to see them right at the beginning. All right. So here we go. These are the sassiest. They were feisty during the dye process. And so we have a little bit more missing from some of the corners. Slightly bigger. So you can see here on this one, there's a little pin, a little small tear right there. Here we've got some little bit of damage to the sides. And depending on how you layer these in a journal, you could fold the paper in there. You would have on both sides kind of, so right there you would have a sneak of a different paper. And even if it doesn't even have to be like, if you weren't using exclusively this paper, let's say you put in one of these yellow ones. So there you would have a peek of, I can do this here. And where'd the other part go? Oh, right. So if you were to have this sort of paper in a journal, you would get different effects based on what you put behind it. All right. So we'll do just a quick little flip here for anybody who's watching later and might decide that they would like some. My email address is always in the description box, and it's in the chat in a couple of places. You can email me with the item name and price point for it, and I will be happy to put some aside for you and shoot you an invoice. All billing is done through PayPal or Zelle. And that is everything in our sale today, you guys. So thank you for coming in and spending a little time with me. I've lost my little, oh, there's my Clippy. I hope that you're having an awesome Saturday. It is just lovely here in North Carolina. It is sunshiny and in the 70s, and it didn't rain today because it rained the last few days. So it's been nice for us to be able to get outside and, just enjoy the day. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of the day and have a great Sunday. And I will see you for a live later tonight at 8 o'clock. And then I will be live tomorrow. I think at 7 o'clock. I think there's somebody in the house is going to be in a meeting. So I think during the day it's going to be, I'm not going to be able to get online. So look for me around 7 tomorrow and about 8 o'clock today. I'm going to work on that glue book page with the eyeball. So I hope to see some of you there. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Oh, I almost sneezed. It was that close and then it went away. Don't you hate it when that happens? Because now I'm going to sneeze randomly and I'm not going to know it's coming. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye. And that's going to be the end for us. I'm going to push the button. Let's push the button. Bye, ladies.